So it's just gone, well, no, actually, it's probably approaching about 7:30 now. The sun's coming up behind me, as you can see from that lovely glow. It's actually not as bright as the camera's making out it is, but it's a nice, crisp, very crisp morning. I've got 3 layers on today, with some fingerless gloves and my hat. So the plan for this morning is to get some nice shots with the camera before the sun floods the sky with light. There's a really nice haze, like a fog, just drifting across the loch behind the camera, just down south. So I'm going to go over there, back to the rocks that I was on yesterday, and see if I can capture that. I might go in a second because I don't want to miss it. And then I'm going to get a fire going, have a cup of tea, have some bacon. And then I'm going to do some hiking today, I think. I'm going to go and explore all the way around the coast, the shoreline, not the coast, the shoreline over there. Maybe do just a bit of a recce, see if there's any better camping spots for, not so much this trip, but another trip. So yeah, that's the plan today. Looking forward to it. Boosh! Boiling already. This is grand. So I'm just going to go on a little trek. I've had my breakfast, I've done the pots, and I'm just going to go and explore over that side there around the corner, see what's going on, see if there's some more camping spots for another day, another time, maybe next year, early, before the midges break out. So I've had a little think about tomorrow. So I've got one more day and night here, and coming out onto this little limb of the loch, I've managed to pick up a little bit of signal so I can check the weather forecast. So tonight I'm in for another night of clear skies, no rain, which is perfect. Be another cold one, but that's not a problem. And tomorrow it's going to be clear in the morning, which means I'll get up, have a little bit of breakfast, and then pack down as soon as I can and get back to the car. Then I'm going to drive down to another loch where there is a bothy. You know, there's no strict rules or anything to this. It's just I'm just going to go with the flow and try and enjoy it as much as possible. And just the idea of being stuck under a tarp or in my tent whilst it's torrential downpour, just, you know, I feel like it'll deflate my mood a little bit, especially after this experience so far. So yeah, I think one more night here. Okay, it's gonna be lovely weather. Bothy tomorrow night if the weather stays as it is, and then the day after that I'll pitch up somewhere else, and then the final night I'm gonna go and find a nice, well, as remote as possible stretch of coastline. So yeah, right, I'm gonna crack on. With Indians. Bent my tongue. Nice though. Oh, tell you what, it's cloudy, but I feel the chill more tonight. The sun is going down now, so I'm gonna start doing some tea. And tonight on the menu, we've got jacket potato. I'm doing 2 because they're not massive, and they should take about, well, I like to do them for an hour. Asparagus and a rump steak from the farm shop on the way. So yeah, literally I've just stabbed a couple of holes in to allow moisture to escape so it doesn't blow up in the fire. I'm just going to roll it into the foil and then fold the edges flat against the potato. trust me, this is a good technique to wrap in your spud, because it's so easy then to check and unfold and then fold it back up if it's not quite ready, rather than just like wrapping it up. And it saves ripping your tin foil, you know. This one's slightly bigger and I could do with a bit more tin foil. Just like that. I can't believe I'm showing you how to wrap a jacket potato up in tin foil, to be fair, but it's hot. There's a hot fire. Right, so jack potatoes are on. I've also not brought with me a plate. So, ooh, that's warm still. So I've had this near the fire, I've washed it down, let it dry off. And I'm just gonna save up my steak and asparagus and potato on this. I'm just hoping there's enough room, but it saves me eating out the pan lid and scratching it, you know. I don't want to take away any of the surface of the inside of the pan, because it is slightly non-stick. It's not like a non-stick pan, don't get me wrong, but I don't want it to damage or eventually rust or anything. So I'm going to go a little bit primitive and eat off a rock. Steak, asparagus and jacket potato. No butter though. Got the butter. Right, it's going in. Here it is. Nice lump of fat on the outside, hopefully that'll reduce down. Yeah, buddy! Asparagus. Look at that. It's about 9 o'clock. The touch on. I'm starting to feel a touch tired. I was up at 7. I've been doing a bit of hiking, walking around today, so, and I'm unfit, which doesn't help. But no, my tea was lovely. I'm probably gonna have a hot chocolate because I'm out of beers. I had a little bit of wine left, but I had that with my steak. That's gone. There's only a little few mouthfuls anyway. But yeah, I mean, I love hot chocolate. Thing is, I like to make the most of my evenings when I'm camping, so probably maybe a couple more hours. 11 o'clock-ish, I reckon, about. Anyway. The more I talk about bed, the more tired I get. Right. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this die down a touch because I've put a big log on top. Once that dies down, I'll just boil some water up and have a hot chocolate, I think, and then think about maybe going to bed in the next hour or two. So it's a good night for me, I think, and I'll get the camera back out in the morning when I'm packing down. Good morning. I had a much better night's sleep last night. I still woke up a couple of times. One where the hammock quilt had come down again, so I had to zip it up just to chill. I wasn't that cold, to be fair. And I needed a wee the second time, which was really annoying. If you've ever slept in a hammock in the cold and you're all wrapped up toasty and you need a piss, it's annoying. So yeah, this morning I'm going to cook some bacon, but I'm not going to use the fire. I'm just going to use the stove. The fire's cooled down. It's not hot at all, but I need to put it back to how it was. Put the rocks back where they were. I'm going to dig up the ground a little bit. It was already soft underneath anyway, and just douse it with water just to ensure the ground underneath is not still warm. But yeah, so it'll just save me a job just leaving in that and using my stove today, which is one of the reasons why I brought it. I've not used the pan on the stove yet. It sits on top rather than sits deep within the pan set, so I'm hoping you're still going to get the same amount of heat to fry bacon. But we'll see, won't we? I'll start packing down soon. It rained a little bit last night, so the tarp got a little bit wet, but in fairness, it looks like it's dried off already. But I'm just going to give it another half an hour just to make sure, because there's nothing worse than a wet tarp. It means you've got to go home and dry it off. I'm not going to be home for a few more days now, so do you know what? I'm not going to be home till Monday, because I'm also staying in the Lake District for a couple of nights for my birthday weekend. My birthday's on the 27th of October, so for next year you can all remember and give me a present. Right, let's crack on. Alright, so I'm pretty much packed away now. Well, I say that. I've got things scattered around, just need to shove it into the bag, put it in. That's the worst bit for me, trying to get it all back into the bag. It just doesn't seem to ever go back in. But the weight should be down a little bit because of obviously eating food and drank the wine that I brought. I'm going to get changed as well. I'm currently wearing 3-4 layers, and despite the fact that it's nice and comfortable with the temperature it is now, I know when I get walking and stuff, probably one layer underneath and the coat on top will be right, so I don't start overheating. So yeah, I'm going to go straight up there this time. I think I'm going to hit the road in which I looped around on before. But this has been a really good spot. I've got rid of the fire just there, so that's all covered up, all dug in, doused. Threw the rocks back, some onto the shore, but some just into the creek just over there. So yeah, what a great spot. I hope the next spot's good. Well, the next spot's going to be a bothy, as long as no one's in it. If someone's in it, then I'm pitching a tent somewhere. But then the spot after that, which I was meant to be going to next, again, tent camp. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Just hope it's going to be just as good as this. This has been pretty magical almost, you know, with the first night especially. You know, seeing those views, the stars, a bloody shooting star, and then that morning when I woke up. Yeah, that was pretty special, that. So yeah, and I've been really lucky with the weather so far. A little shower in the night, that doesn't bother you when you're asleep. So yeah, let's get changed and get hiking.